Okay, so I've heard rumors. I'm not entirely sure how true this is and how much they're likely to change it for the upcoming Mordekainen. Is it Mordekainen? Tome of the Tome of Foes or Tome of Monsters thing. So I've heard rumors we're getting GIF, both GIF Yankee and GIF Zerai. That's cool. That's cool. No problem with that. We're also getting 3 types of elves, I think. Eladrin, Shadakai. More on that in a second. And sea elves? I think the Eladrin and the sea elf needed more work when I saw them in the Unearthed Arcana. The Shadakai? They used to be actually more human in previous editions. Or at least in 4th edition. I'm not entirely sure about in 3rd, but... what can I say about that? I got no problem with that. Although I'm a bit disappointed that it's essentially 1 new race and 3 elf sub-races. The elves already had 3. Oh, I think we're also getting Duergar, but that's beside the point. We needed more dwarf, of course. Because nobody's playing one particular type of dwarf, of course. Because everyone wants to play Mountain Dwarf because it's the best. At least I think it's the Mountain Dwarf. Whatever. My point here is that we're not getting new actual races, we're getting sub-races. And ones that, particularly in my opinion, we didn't really need. Eladrin could have been its own fucking race in of itself. Because it isn't really a sub-race for an elf. It's more of an... Okay, we have in the book High Elves, Wood Elves, and Dark Elves, okay? Eladrin are more High Elf than a High Elf can ever be. So making them a sub-race of elf makes no goddamn sense to me. If they're actually doing that. Again, this is a rumor I've heard. What they've said, apparently on the Twitch thing they did recently. I didn't watch that. But apparently someone else did and they've said this. And that just pisses me off to start with. Another thing that they've been doing is apparently they're releasing the Unearthed Arcana official for the Tiefling variants that were there. I wasn't really a big fan of them. Unless they've touched them up, made them better. And actually did something more sensible than what they had there. I mean, here's the problem. People see tieflings as demons more often than not. And that annoys me because they're stated as having devil packs, not demon packs. And that the base tiefling, by that Unearthed Arcana that came out, says all tiefling baseline is Asmodeus. And the rest of the variants that came out, apart from the one that was in the Skag, which everyone fucking hates, I might add. That's something I want to touch upon, but right now I'm talking about this. The other variants are for the other 8 layers of hell. Okay. Where's my demon variant? Where's my other fiend types? Huh? I don't want the layers of hell. I'm perfectly fine with the base tiefling. I want a variant that's demon based. Is that too much to ask? And as for the one that's in the Skag that has flight speed, this is a other question. Why does everyone hate on flying variants? Aarakocra gets shit because they have a flight speed. That variant tiefling got shit because it has a flight speed. The Avarial for the Unearthed Arcana got shat on, in my opinion, because, oh, it has a flight speed, let's not give it any other buffs. Is there any wonder anyone hated it? Because it has a flight speed by itself? When I filled in that, I was perfectly fine with it having a flight speed, but it not having any other buffs, that pissed me off. It only gets the +2 that all elves get, but it didn't get an extra stat bump. Or anything apart from the flight speed. It didn't get a bonus cantrip, it didn't get any weapon training, it didn't get anything. I would love to play an Avariel. I would love someone to play it in one of my fucking games. Because you want to know what? I love creatures having flight speeds. I love players getting flight speeds at level 1. You want to know why? Because it makes it so much more difficult for them to actually fly around in combat. People go on, oh, they can fly 30 feet a minute. They can fly 30 feet around. Well, good on them when they're flying 30 feet above the ground. Or higher. Because you know what? If they're doing that, they can't get in melee. They've got range attacks. Well, guess what? So do the enemy. The enemy have range attacks. Why wouldn't the enemy have range attacks? Is this why flight speed's problematic? Because they just fly over all the enemies and the enemies can't attack? Well, that's your fault as a GM. Not the player's choice. The player chose a thing, you adjust accordingly. You give the enemies ranged options because, guess what? That random bandit has probably set up an ambush, which means his buddies probably have longbows, have short bows, have crossbows, have some other ranged weapon. There's a spellcaster there that can shoot cantrips that have like 60 feet plus range. Is it because they can fly over traps? Well, whoop-de-fucking-do. Rest of the party can't fly over the traps. They have to walk over them or disarm them. But I don't care. It's an option. Let them fly. Let creatures have a fly speed. Oh, Azamar can only fly for a minute. If they're a protector. How many people aren't playing a protector? Okay, several, actually, because they think they want to be emo little shits and be fucking fallen, because that's cool. And it's not cool. It's not cool to be a fallen Azamar. It's fun to play a fallen Azamar. I mean, you don't have to worry about the whole angelic stuff with the fallen Azamar too much. You get necrotic, but literally the protector's the only one that can fly. If you're playing Scourge or Fallen, you don't fly. You just get an aura effect that affects everyone around you, not just the enemy. Whereas the Protector is kind of the baseline, and probably, my personal opinion, the best because it can fly at 3rd level. Tome of Beasts, Tome of Foes. My understanding is this originally was meant to be something to do with more on the sigil, or is it sigil? Yeah, sigil. Forgot the Planescape setting for a moment there, and I fucking love Planescape. Planescape's probably one of my favourite settings, because it's every setting. You don't have to worry about anything. Planescape is the perfect setting. You can say, welcome to Sigil, City of Doors. What realm you're from? What version of the material plane are you from? Are you from Faerun? Are you Forgotten Realms? Are you Greyhawk? Are you Dragonlance? Heck, you could even say you're from Tal'Dorei now, if you wanted to, in my personal opinion, because I've got no problem with people being from some stream that they've watched, so long as I'm aware of a little bit of that world's lore. Because personally, you could be from Matthew Mercer's town. You could be from Exandria. You could be from Iraq. And I said Iraq, so high rollers, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. You could be from... I don't care. There's so many. There's just so many. There's so many different settings. There's so many different material planes, if you will. Even Spelljammer technically counts as its own plane of existence. I know it's a setting, but I don't know if you can count it as a plane of existence. It just... I want more Sigil. That's just it. That's just my point. I want more Sigil. But my real thing here is, I really want to know why people just hate on flyers. Everybody can fly potentially at the at higher end. It's pretty much a given. Where it's not a problem, apparently. Because if everyone can fly, doesn't matter. But one or two people being able to fly from first level, I don't see why it's a problem. I personally don't see why it's a problem. Because that one person can do things that the rest of the group can't. Well, whoop-de-doo. That's the whole point. A rogue is in the party because they pick locks and disarm traps better. They stealth better than just about anyone. The ranger is the fucking wilderness guide. The barbarian is Mr. I hit things really fucking hard. The bard is I charm the pants off of everyone. You see that villain that you've spent fucking months on designing? I'm going to sleep with them now. That's basically the joke with the bard, but seriously. Anyone who's played a bard, if you're not playing that, if that's not what you're trying to do as a bard, then you're playing it wrong, is the thing, right? The fighter, he's meant to be some sort of tactical guy. He's good in combat in general because he can do all the combat things. Because he's good with all weapons, not just one. The Battle Master is an extension of this, but... Well, that's my little mini rant, I guess. See you next time.